And here's 4 points in terms of where we see the opportunity.
So talk us through it. I mean, so the first one we say deliver new and more revenue and greater value to clients.
Yeah.
Like break that down a little bit.
I mean, that's kind of where we start, isn't it? As accountants, it's what we do. We're hearing the stories around the pressure on compliance fees. Compliance is becoming more automated, so we have to do other things to generate new revenue for us as a business. Equally, we want to deliver value to clients. We want clients to value the relationship we have. We're going to get to a point where if we have clients that are focused purely on price of compliance, they're going to go somewhere else one day. So how do we build better relationships with the clients that don't fit that mould? So I think it's definitely about generating new revenue for us as a firm, but having the client value at the centre of it.
Yeah, actually, now that I think through it, there was one thing we kind of didn't really paint out, and that what was the whole point of connecting apps to the system in the first place, right? And we really simply, again, we think about data flows. We think about how do we get the data from one entry point.
That'll be data, won't it?
Data. I say data. I'm pro data flows. But we would look at how do we get the data flowing through to the accounting system automatically where we're not manually keying that data in and out. So if you're unsure about why apps in the first place, maybe you need to take a slight step back and understand how do we get this in flowing from day one through the way your clients interact with the accounting through different applications. Again, you say Receipt Bank, taking photos of a receipt that automatically ends up in the general ledger. But then how does that apply to a point of sale system, to payroll system, to time tracking and the works? We want to get rid of spreadsheets and any sort of manual process that involves a human.
Yep, and we're going to touch on it later as well, but actually it's about the fact that we have an obligation to our clients to help them run better businesses, and this enables us to do that. Shall I talk about the next one?
Yeah,
so
please.
Differentiate our offer from competitors and attract better clients. So if we don't do this, the risk is that our clients are going to go to somebody else that's more tech savvy. So clearly we've got an opportunity to say, hey, look, we can help you with this stuff. It differentiates our offer. It's really hard now for firms to really have genuine points of difference, and this is a great way to do it. And it's also going to help us make sure we attract the right kind of clients and not those ones that are going to leave us when they find somebody cheaper down the road. So we kind of want to avoid that.
I also think when you start looking at this app advisory mix, if you are considering a niche or you work in a niche of particular small businesses, you can actually build up and become an expert on the tools that are relevant to that industry with those clients. Again, very broadly, it could be hospitality, retail, construction, manufacturing, and again, our examples later on that we talk through are based on having a depth of that knowledge and skill. And I think even if you just look at the last point here before we move through, we talk about driving efficiency in your firm through clients using the right tools. So this is again about trying to find the right insights.
Yes.
And to create better conversations with our clients.
There's that. There's also the fact that we want to make our job as easy as possible. So if we're helping our clients get the right technology, that means we get the right data in the right format at the right time. It makes all of the stuff we have to do around VAT returns and accounts and tax returns much, much easier.
Yeah.
And we jumped over the greater client stickiness, which I think is really important, because at the moment, if you've got a client and they're using QBO, then they need to go to somebody else that understands QBO. But there's lots of firms doing that. But if you've supported them implementing 5 or 6 other apps, then not only have they got to have somebody that knows QBO, they've also got to be able to support them on those 6 other apps. So it creates higher barriers to exit for the client. So it's really good.
It's a more in-depth relationship.
Absolutely.
Right? We're not just surface level treating everyone the same. We've put you on the cloud. It's going a little bit deeper and getting under the skin of that small business owner, the way they think, and you get a chance to reshape and build their processes, right? And that I think is really important.
Absolutely.
So